Good evening, everyone. I just, our cat Elsa just fell out from the sofa, uh, and it it was just a bit funny. So I got a bit off track. um, I just got a bit insecure on how good of an internet connection I have, so I'm gonna see if I can, because I had some trouble this morning, but I think I managed now, and we'll see if it gets better. If there is a bad internet connection anytime, please let me know, because sometimes I can forget to put on the Wi-Fi that we actually have here out in the wilderness some days. Today we've had the most amazing day. It's been sunshine and warmth. I've been showering outside, and we're planning a wedding for Mad and Frederick. I was moving in here. I was getting married this summer, and we'll have this beautiful love ceremony for them, and just such a beautiful day. So it feels so rich, and so powerful, and so much aliveness. And today we are reading about living in harmony with Mother Earth, which feels very on point as always. So let's take a deep breath together and land into our bodies, into this evening, this closing of this day, into this circle. And I would love to know which one of you are here today, live or later on, just being here with us in this energy and in this wisdom. Okay. When we walk into a big box store, it's easy to feel defeated. Everything around us was either created with the intention to be a single use, throwaway item, or intentionally engineered to break so that we will have to buy it again. A tactic called planned uh, obsolescence. This is utter madness. Nothing the corporate Goliaths try to sell you allows you to live in alignment with Mother Earth. It's nearly impossible to live our lives without taking part in many of these malicious systems. This is a simple truth of the world as it is right now. It took hundreds of years for these evils to become so pervasive, and it's going to take some time to unravel them all. So, if a small amount of hypocrisy is the price we must pay to end the tyranny of dirty fossil fuels, immoral food and farming practices, never ending wars, and other harmful and destructive industries, then so be it. It is not inauthentic to do what you can and at the same time live in the world we have. Don't ever forget that the little everyday decision we make can change the world. This life is a gift, and it is our responsibility to respect and protect that which gives us life. Every generation leaves a mark on this planet. We leave something behind to be remembered by, and we are at the tipping point right now where we will either be remembered as a generation that destroyed the planet as a generation that put profits before future, or as a generation that united to address the greatest issue of our time by changing our relationship with the earth. We are being called upon to use our courage, our innovation, our creativity, and our passion to bring forth a new world. So, in the light of this collapsing world that we see, what better time to be born than now? What better time to be alive than now? Because this generation, we get to change the course of history. Humans have created the greatest crisis that we see on the planet, and the greater the challenge, the higher we will rise to overcome it. Uh, this was said by Martinez, the Indigenous climate activist, address to the United Nations General Assembly on Climate Change, June 2015. The way of the seven generations is about living in alignment with the ways of Grandmother Earth, and that must include taking action, regardless of our political beliefs. Doing what we can, when we can, with what we have, is always a good start. Taking responsibility is as simple as showing up and asking, how can I be of service to Grandmother Earth today? Growing a garden is a direct action. Getting debt free is a direct action. Voting out weak and corrupt politicians is a direct action. Encouraging a friend going through a hard time is a direct action. Talking to a manager at the restaurant about getting rid of single use plastic or foam takeout containers is a direct action. Refusing to take part in animal cruelty entertainment is a direct action. In fact, simply being happy is one of the most powerful forms of direct action you can take. Changed behavior combined with consistent everyday actions, compounded by many people, can change the world, and it's the only thing that ever has. Mm. Spiritual activation, Earth Warrior. When at first you begin to take a stand and use your voice, it will be uncomfortable for everyone, including yourself. But in a non-violent struggle, our most powerful weapon is an army of like-minded people with a spark in their hearts born of the same sacred fire. Our enemies are powerful, and they may be able to blow out a single flame, but they cannot blow out a wildfire. When we rise up and bring their action, direct action and awareness to an injustice, we're not saying and doing controversial things to make people unhappy or angry. We're saying and doing these things to get them uncomfortable with their privilege and apathy. We're not protesting, we're protecting, and by taking non-violent direct action, we're not fighting with our enemies. In a sense, in essence, we're praying for them. I sincerely encourage each one of you to take it upon yourself to become a warrior of one. Educate yourself, find the knowledge it takes to survive and thrive in a good way, and to confront the ignorance of those who are destroying the natural. Confront them in such a way that they will come to know that to destroy the earth, to destroy our people, to continually ignore a philosophy and teachings that allow this land to exist since the beginning of time in a beautiful natural existence, they will ultimately destroy themselves and all life. Leonard Peltier, freedom fighter and political prisoner of the US government. Any direct action you take for the betterment of Grandmother Earth makes you an Earth warrior. True warriors do not invade or occupy other countries to destabilize their governments and exploit the land on behalf of corrupt politicians and their greedy corporate sponsors. People who do this aren't warriors, they're just oppression for hire soldiers. The difference being that a soldier is told what to do, but a warrior already knows what to do because they've been raised to care for the people and the land. Genuine warriors do not take, they give. They don't destroy, they build. They don't abuse, they nurture. They don't hurt, they heal. They don't murder, they hold space for all life. To be a warrior is to be in service to the family, the community, and to Grandmother Earth. A warrior is willing to sacrifice all to protect the well being of self and others by confronting the enemy. A spiritual warrior fights not because they hate the person in front of them, but because they love the people behind them. It is no longer acceptable to just toe the line of injustice. We must activate and step over that line. We must warrior up, get to the front lines, and take direct action. When you are in direct action as a warrior, when you're facing the enemy, there will come a moment when your courage will end and fear will begin, when fear will now be in control of the situation. But then, often something extraordinary will happen. A warrior, a spirit horse, will rise within you, surging forward. On its back will be courage, and not that first level of courage that got you to this point. This type of courage is a whole other level of energy. It is something that is truer, more sacred, and more powerful. This level of courage delivers you to clarity, to see beyond the illusions of the world we live in today. This level of courage is impenetrable and indestructible. For those of you that will get that far, in that moment you will experience true freedom, and there is nothing else like it in the world. Just ask anyone who took action against the Nazis in the 1940s, who battled against apartheid in South Africa for over 3 decades, or who challenged the racism as a freedom rider in the 1960s. Ask the water protectors on the front lines of Standing Rock in 2016, or on the front lines protecting innocent black people from police brutality and murders in the nationwide riots of 2020. These warriors knew that doing the right thing could mean losing everything, but they're now forever painted with the next level of courage. Placing yourself on the front lines and squaring off face to face against injustice will change you forever. Take that courage and be fearless, even though we may take direct action against an injustice. It doesn't mean we're fighting. It simply means that we've put our prayer into action. We must never be in a position to have to apologize to the children of the future that we sat idly by as spiritually disconnected humans set the world on fire for political agendas and corporate profits. The future 7 generations will sing songs about how we fought for them with our presence and our prayers. When all seems hopeless, then there is truly nothing left to fear. Mm. To keep reading there, I think would be madness, because that's super powerful words. So let's just allow them to echo through us All the way down into us and out in the collective. And thank you again, all of you, for being here, taking in and allowing yourself to be moved. And with those words, we let go of this day and open up for this night and asking the world and the universe to bring you everything you need from the dream time and the rest, so that you can go out tomorrow and do the active, make the active choice that you need. Thank you so much.